Hello everyone. Welcome to Atelier and Maya linkage tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll learn how to import external or Maya models into Atelier and how to transform model into dynamically simulated garment. Let's get started. You can find some garment models you want on Sketchfab. Download this costume to use as an explanation for this lesson. Of course, there are many free clothing materials that can be used here. So how to import these model files into Atelier for cloth simulation? Let's take a look together. Whether it is an external model imported into Maya or a model made in Maya, UV need to be split before exporting. The UV of this model has been split. The splitting principle needs to be divided according to the clothing pattern. Divided into front and back pieces by side cut. And the split of the widget. Right-click and select UV shell to check the UV splitting situation. UV cannot be split too finely because each UV shell is a pattern. The drawstrings UV here is divided into many pieces. Let's temporarily export OBJ and go to Atelier to view it directly. Import OBJ and load as garment. Tick the trace as 2D pattern from UV map. A warning of too many to trace pops up. This is caused by too fine UV split. So back to Maya to merge the relevant UV shells. Double-click to select UV shell on a strip. Then right-click in UV editor to find merge. In this way, the dispersed UVs are merged into one UV shell. Do the same with the rest of the drawstrings. The method is the same. When the UVs of all the drawstrings are merged together, you can export OBJ. Come to Atelier to officially import clothing. Also load as garment and check trace. In this way, the model is successfully imported. Pattern size is inconsistent. This is due to the inconsistency between the two software grids. Redundant patterns can be deleted. Now you need to add an avatar to the outfit. Using the top as a reference, shrink the overall garment to match the avatar. The size of the garment and avatar is quite different. Mainly in the chest and buttocks. Open Edit Avatar. Choose Advanced. Adjust bust first. Then cup. And waist. Also hip. And belly. Back thickness specially. This is how the shape is adjusted. You can copy another model first as a reference for subsequent adjustments. Then start the simulation of the clothing. Pull the garment solidify to the max. Finds that the straps and buckles have fallen. This is because these are imported without stitching relationships. So you can deactivate them first. In order to prevent model penetration, simulate the top first. From the 2D window, you can see that the top is much larger than the avatar. Also see that the clothing has become larger in simulation. You can zoom out the garment from the avatar in 2D window. Also zoom out directly in the 3D window. Then cancel solidify. These bumps are due to jagged pattern edges. So you need to adjust the pattern edges. Set the garment to a symmetrical pattern before adjusting. This will make subsequent adjustments easier. In this way, the symmetry relationship of the clothing is set. Next, adjust the edges. Use Edit Pattern, converting extra point to curve point. After deleting all extra points on the edge, use Edit Curvature to smooth edge distortion. Right-click and adjust control number. After adjusting the edge shape, you can check the sewing. If there are any sewing differences, the length of the pattern needs to be modified. In this way, the pattern shape is modified. Next, you need to add a middle pattern to tighten the top. Similarly, the auxiliary pattern can also be set as symmetrical pattern. Just adjust the shape of the auxiliary pattern to the shape of the drawstring of the original model. The top tightens up in simulation. Auxiliary patterns can be set to be transparent. Quickly adjust the top by adjusting the shape of the middle pattern. In this way, the general shape is ready. Next, add equidistant internal line and set fold angle to make the edge thickness. This way the edge thickness is ready. For non-fitting parts, you can directly draw darts at unsuitable areas. Then resew. And set normal map thickness to 0 can make sewing marks disappear. Next, let's convert the button pattern of the original model into button. The pattern needs to be adjusted vertically to the ground before conversion. The front also needs to be horizontal. Set a certain thickness. And adjust the edge curvature to 30. After that, convert it to a button. Check here for vertical. Show original button. Right-click on the edge with the button tool. Pop up a panel. Distance refers to the distance from the button to the edge. Next, adjust the distance to end compared to the original button. Finally, determine the number of buttons. After adding one side, you can right-click duplicate to symmetric pattern. The button now is added. Next, remake the drawstring. Add an internal line to sew the strap. Then create a rectangle with a width of 0.2. Sew the ends of the strap separately. Increase the extra render thickness to make the drawstring effect. Continue to copy out the next strap to sew. After making a set of cross straps, you can quickly copy. This way the top is restored. The same goes for skirts. Let's see the final effect directly. In this way, the imported clothing can be simulated in a stable state. Can be used for cloth simulation, such as Atelier animation simulation. And simulators real-time simulation. That's it, guys. And I hope some of the tips will help your modeling work. If you like what we do, please liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in next video. Goodbye.